Welcome to Hotlanta.
I'm Anthony Delbray.
And I'm Abby Zajac, and today we are talking about World War II.
To begin today's episode, we're going to send it out to Cristobal in Poland.
Thank you, Anthony. I'm Cristobal Rodriguez, corresponding from Warsaw. Previous in Poland, on January 1934, Hitler signed a non-aggression pact with Poland. Germans who supported Hitler were not content because Poland received former provinces under the Treaty of Versailles. This also neutralized any Polish alliance with the French. On August 23, 1939, Hitler signed the Nazi-Soviet Pact. Originally, Stalin was trying to make other alliances afraid of German invasion, but his and Hitler's mutual ambitions for restoration of the pre-1919 borders of their former empires helped bind them together. On 1936, Britain and France remilitarization the Rhineland. Britain accepted the appeasement because they wished to avoid war against two powerful fascist leaders, Hitler and Mussolini. Hitler was also sure Britain would not go to war for Poland, and France would lack the will to battle alone. The original date set for the Blitzkrieg invasion on Poland was August the 26th, to surprise Poland, but was hindered when Mussolini declared that his army was not ready for war. Then Britain declared a formal military alliance with Poland. On September the 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland and his Wehrmacht, a coalition of the Navy, Army, and Air Force. They began with bomb raids and allowed the German army to push forward into Poland. They also targeted towns to congest the streets so reinforcements were delayed. On September the 27th, 1939, staying true to their word, Britain and France declared war against Germany. Now back to you, Anthony. Get up! Both of you over here!
Hi, I'm Claire Williams reporting live from Pearl Harbor. There was an attack by the Japanese that came as a complete surprise on Sunday. There were 24,000 killed, 21 ships sunk or destroyed, and 188 airplanes were destroyed. We have this brand new footage that we're going to show right now. The one that's mainly responsible for the attack is Hideki Tojo, the Prime Minister of Japan. The reason is said to be that the USA put an embargo on Japan to try and curb their aggression, but it did not work and the Japanese retaliated and struck back.
If you have been following the nightly news closely, then you already know the majority of some important battles taken place during World War II. Battle of Atlantic lasted from September 1939 until the defeat of Germany in 1945. Throughout 6 years of naval warfare, German U-boats and warships and later Italian submarines were pitted against Allied convoys transporting military equipment and supplies across the Atlantic to Great Britain and the Soviet Union. This battle was to control the Atlantic shipping lanes. The Battle of Midway from June 4th through June 7th, 1942 was caused by Japanese Combined Fleet Commander Admiral Yamamoto, who established an attack against the small U.S. mid-Pacific base at Midway Atoll, which was a grouping of tiny islands. Wanting to endanger and destroy U.S. Pacific Fleet's aircraft carrier striking forces, Before this battle, Japan had a serious and more strategic naval strength against the United States, being able to have a carefree and open attack range. But after the Battle of Midway, the enemy fleets were seen as equals. The Battle of Okinawa started while Allied forces were island hopping and wanted the territory of an island near Japan for a base for air operations in support of the planned invasion of home islands. Okinawa is in the Ryukyu Islands. Marine and infantry divisions under command of Lieutenant General Simon B. Buckner were large enough to sustain themselves, even though the Japanese had a large number of defenders as well. The high point of the naval campaign came on April 7th, when the Japanese launched Operation Tengo. This saw them attempt to run the battleship Yamato through the Allied fleet with the goal of beaching it on Okinawa for use ashore battery. Intercepted by Allied aircraft, Yamato was sunk shortly after leaving Japan. Okinawa saw American forces sustain 49,151 casualties, while the Japanese incurred 117,472. In addition, 142,058 civilians became casualties. Okinawa gave the Allies a key fleet anchorage and troop staging areas, as well as airfields that were only 350 miles from Japan. The Normandy invasion was in June 1944 when Western Allies landed in northern France. The reasoning behind the Normandy invasion was to remove Germans from France and ultimately destroy the National Socialist regime. On June 6th, U.S. Army General Dwight D. Eisenhower made the decision to launch the Normandy assault phase, also known as Neptune, to begin what is known as D-Day. A bloody and devastating battle took place as soldiers, ships, and planes did their best to accomplish their task at setting back Hitler's army. And now Anthony will tell you more about D-Day.
June 6th, 1944, D-Day. This is where the Allied troops landed on 5 beaches along a 50-mile stretch of heavily fortified coast of France's Normandy region. The invasion began at 6:30 a.m. Approximately 156,000 Allied forces had successfully stormed Normandy's beaches. Sources say that the beaches should be secured by June 11th. About 4,000 Allied troops lost their lives this day. Back to you, Anthony. And now, a word from our sponsor.
The more workers we have, the faster we'll win.
Breaking news with Ali on site at Auschwitz with the Jews, who came from the ghettos. This was a part of Hitler's final solution.
Thanks, Abby. We're here at the camp at Auschwitz, where the majority of European Jews were killed during the Holocaust. It was established by Heinrich Himmler, who had authority over the concentration camps. Hitler made Heinrich Himmler the SS leader to centralize and formalize the concentration camps in the system of government. He organized death camps and Eastern European formulated a huge group of slave laborers, and he committed suicide on May 23rd, 1945. Also, the camp at Dachau, which is in the northwest of southern Germany, the camp was established by the Nazi Party. There were 4,800 prisoners who were there at the first year, and it held German communists, social democrats, trade unionists, and other political opponents of the Nazi Party. And that was run by Rudolf Haas, was an early trainee there. He was Hitler's right-hand man. He flew to England to make peace with the British, but unfortunately the plane crashed in Scotland and he was made prisoner of the Allies. Back to you.
The Nuremberg Trials was an execution of Nazi war criminals. The Nuremberg Trials were a series of 13 trials carried out in Nuremberg, Germany between 1945 and 1949. Nazi leader Adolf Hitler committed suicide and was never brought to trial, along with his main associates Himmler and Goebbels. The Nuremberg trials in the future will be a milestone toward the establishment of a permanent international court and an important precedent for dealing with later instances of genocide and other crimes towards humanity. The best known of the Nuremberg trials was the trial of major war criminals, held from November 20th, 1945 to October 1st, 1946. Decisions and sentences were imposed by a tribunal, a panel of judges, rather than a single judge or jury. In the end, the International Tribunal found all but 3 of the defendants guilty. 12 were sentenced to death, 1 in absentia, and the rest were given prison sentences ranging from 10 years to life behind bars. 12 additional trials held at Nuremberg. These proceedings lasted from December 1946 to April 1949, are grouped together as the subsequent Nuremberg proceedings.
News report. We just learned that the kamikazes were used against us during Pearl Harbor.
And now an exclusive interview from Adolf Hitler.
And now a blast from the past with an interview with Adolf Hitler.
Hello, my fellow infidels. I am Adolf Hitler, your leader.
What is the Kristallnacht operation?
The Kristallnacht. The Kristallnacht is a night where I ordered my Nazi followers to break down the businesses of the Jews and the Gypsies, and break all of the glass and make it rain.
Why are you obsessed with blue-eyed, blonde-haired women?
The blue-eyed and blonde-haired women comes from my mother and my niece, Geli.
Explain your childhood to us.
My childhood was a very sad childhood. I had many deaths, including my mother, who died early. And early on, I knew that the Jews were my enemy.
What was your reasoning for expansion?
My reasoning for expansion was I believe in to enhance and sustain Nazi life in all aspects.
Was there any democratization in World War II?
Not in my country, but Douglas MacArthur helped change Japan into a democracy.
VE Day, May 8th, 1945, officially announced the end of World War II in Europe.
VJ Day celebrates victory over Japan on August 14th, 1945. Now a word from our sponsor.
Coca-Cola, refresh yourself.
Coke, open happiness.
Super savage. Welcome to
My name is Anthony Delbray. Today we were talking about World War II. To get into today's episode, we're going to send it out to Cristobal in Poland.
Don't light it on fire! He drove it in the plants! What an idiot!
Well, I don't think this fits anymore. I don't know why I brought it. Go!
Just the war, Abby!
This is a war! Get your game face off!
Ready?
What are them kids doing out there while it's... Are you recording? Oh.
His weird faces.
Are you recording?
Wait, I can't do it.
Action.
goodness.